Hi guys, let me show you how I made Edikang Ikong soup. This soup is made with fluted pumpkin and water leaves as the base. And I added a little twist to mine. I added fresh uziza leaves, and trust me, this little twist took the soup from 0 to 1000 in split seconds. It is believed that Edikang Ikong soup is not meant to have any drop of water in it. But trust me, cooking has evolved over the years. And I even have a friend that told me that she fries the oil she uses in making her Edikang Ikong soup. And I do not judge her because I believe cooking has evolved and every man should do what makes them happy. Personally, I enjoy a little liquid in my Edikang Ikong soup. So whether you're like me, or you do not want to see any form of liquid in your Edikang Ikong soup, just do what makes you happy. Now let's jump into the cooking proper, shall we? Wash your protein of choice. I used beef pomo and dried inaga fish. I also used stockfish. So season your protein with pepper, onions. Be generous with your onions, and please add your seasoning cube too. Allow your protein to cook in its juice. So usually I advise people to allow their protein to cook in its juice first before adding water. Meanwhile, my name is Euphemia, and on this channel I share tips, tricks and hacks that can help you cook amazing meals for you and yours. So if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so that whenever I post new videos, you will be among the first people to be notified. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, comment and share this content with your family and friends. So while the meat is cooking, I jumped right into slicing my vegetables. Now, while prepping my ikong or fluted pumpkin, depending on where you're from, I love to thinly slice my vegetables for Edikang Ikong soup because I love the effect it has on the soup. Okay, so just do what makes you happy. Now look at how beautiful those thinly sliced ikong looks. Just look at. The next thing we'll be doing is to prep our fluted pumpkin. So before that, I added a little water to my meat because I noticed my meat was not tender, so I had to add a little more water to allow it cook some more. Now, the next step is prepping your ikong or ikong leaves. Now, this particular step is very, very important if you do not want your soup to become watery. So I added some salt to my already cut vegetables and I gently massaged it. This process will help the leaves release the excess juice in it. Okay, as you can see in the video, I just gently massaged it and I will squeeze out the liquid, the excess liquid found in the ikong leaves. So you're going to see that these leaves had so much juice in it, and imagine if this whole juice was released into my pot of soup. Oh my god. So just look at. Again, I know that there are a group of people that believe so much in drinking this ikong juice. In fact, this ikong juice is very rich in antioxidants, and it is believed that it can help build the blood. But I do not really enjoy it because somehow it smells like blood. So maybe that's why I don't enjoy it. But if you enjoy it or you'd want to try it, please go ahead. Some people add milk, some add malt to it. I'm not so sure why they add malt, but please enjoy it if you do not mind. Okay, now look at the quantity of water that was pressed out of the ikong leaf. Imagine this quantity of water inside your pot of Edikang Ikong soup. Kai, you will just be disqualified, trust me. The Akwaibom people or the Efik people will just disqualify you if you do that. Anyway, the next thing I did was to prep my water leaves. My water leaves was also thinly sliced, and I'm going to also show you another step that can that will really help you. Okay, so if you do not want your soup to turn out watery, as seen in the video, I added some water to my already sliced water leaves. I didn't massage it, but I just washed out the slime. So now, as you can see in the video, the water leaves had slime in it, and this slime will actually introduce excess water into your soup too. So that's the reason why I decided to squeeze out or wash out the slime from my water leaves. But if you do not mind, please, you can actually skip this process completely. But I just don't like the slime in my soup, so that's why I decided to wash it out. Okay, now the next thing I did was to wash my fish. I prepped my fish. I used salt to wash my fish very carefully. Then I now removed the gill and every other thing inside the fish. Please make sure you wash your fish very well, very well, so that your fish will not introduce sand into your pot of soup. Now the cooking proper has begun. My pot of soup is already boiling, or should I say my pot of meat is already boiling. So I added palm oil, chopped onions, and half of the crayfish into my pot of soup, and I allowed it to steam a bit. The next thing I did was to add my sliced water leaves. So I tell people that cooking is actually the art of layering flavors. Your ability to layer flavors upon flavor is what will give you an amazing meal at the end of the day. Okay, so after I added my water leaves, I turned it gently so that my water leaves will not whittle and so that the heat will be evenly distributed. I allowed this to cook for 3 minutes or less. So as you can see, I allowed it to cook a bit. Then I added palm oil again. Remember, the essence of doing or going through these processes is to layer flavor upon flavor. Now I added my dried fish. I did not want to add my dried fish from the beginning so that it will not scatter. Okay, so I turned the soup. Look at how green and beautiful the water leaves looks. Look at that. Now it's time to add my ikong leaves. Whether I say ikong, nkong, or fluted pumpkin, please just know that I'm referring to the same thing. So I'll be adding the ikong leaves in batches. Okay, so I'll add some. Now turn using a spatula or a spoon, I'll turn the soup. That's because I want my soup to stay green by the time I'm done cooking. So once I add, I'll just turn so that the heat will be evenly distributed. I will just repeat the process, repeat until I am done adding all my ikong leaves. And before this time, I had adjusted my seasoning. I added um about 2 cubes of seasoning cube, adjusted my pepper, and everything was good at this point. So now the next thing I will be adding is the star of the show. The star of the show. The next thing I added was my uziza leaves. Oh my god, these uziza leaves took the soup from 0 to 1000. Remember I told you that. So that's me adding my uziza leaves, and I added crayfish and I added palm oil. That's the last thing I will add before bringing down my pot of soup. The reason why I like adding palm oil and crayfish as the last thing when I'm cooking my afang soup or my Edikang Ikong soup is because it balances out everything. Okay, it makes everything taste just amazing. So this is me, my soup is ready. Look at how green and how lush the pot of Edikang Ikong looks. So guys, please, if you've not subscribed at this point, please tell me why you've not subscribed. Please like, comment, share. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.